Hey everybody, welcome to the AA meeting. Now this is not an AA meeting in the sense of like Alcoholics Anonymous. My name is Adam Ash, thus the AA meeting. So now I've known people who have struggled with alcohol. Back in my teens, I had my struggles with it even. So feel free to reach out to me too. We can talk about that. We can talk about anything. I want to see people start gaining some self respect back. I feel like the technology, social media, I feel like has played a part in that. A lot of that comparison factor where you're just comparing all day. And you're like, God, I'm such a loser. What am I doing with my life? One example I've always given is like, yeah, you may see, Brenda with her fancy wedding ring that she's tickled pink about, but what you didn't see was what led up to that. The night before, Brandon gave her a right hook. And it's like, yeah, on Facebook, it looks like Brenda's got it. Like Brenda has made it. But has she really? She ain't going to share that part with you. So I think that's played a big part of it. So phones, social media, they're going to be a big part of this channel and talking about that kind of talking about humans becoming human again. We're not our little face bubble on the internet. That's not what we are. We are here. We are grounded. Go walk around. Just set your phone down on the counter. Go walk around. I've been doing something here lately with some inspiration from YouTubers. Kind of dumbifying my phone. I wanted to outright get rid of it and get like an old school dumb phone. You know, it's not that doable for me. Just given my job, I've got to have Microsoft Authenticator, a few other situations like that. But I realize just because I do need to have one, don't mean I need to have everything on it. So I went through and deleted every single app on my phone except for some banking apps, some of the like messages, some that are on there. Um, just because I wanted to see, I want like what happens. I also changed the color on it, so it's just black and white. I don't have those bright lights. And they're triggering my brain all day saying, "Pick me up, pick me up." So, and it's been awesome, man. Less than a week so far, but it has been just wonderful. I mean, I go to the store and like people that I work with, I know personally, it's like I never thought they had an issue with phones, no more than just what's the average. And it's like, I guess when you ain't hitting that average point, you start noticing some stuff. And it's like, oh my goodness, you folks really do. The minute you get a second at work, that's the first thing that comes out of your pocket. It ain't, let me go get a swig of water. We just got busy. I need to calm down. No, no, no. It's grab my phone. Ooh, what I miss? What I miss? It's like, dude, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything at all. It's really starting to concern me. I've been off of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat for several years. Outright deleted my accounts with those. Twitter and Reddit, I've gone through, even sometimes a couple months without them, but I never deleted the accounts. I just deleted the app. My justification for that being, it's not taken away from any of my real world relationships. I'm not connected with anyone I know in the real world on either of those apps. Still sunk more time in it than I should. I think long term for me, my goal will be to get off of those two. But I can at least limit myself. I'm not perfect, but I can try. So it's like I'll limit myself. If I don't have them on my phone, I have to wait until I get home to log in and check it out. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad to do that. And even the same way with like my football fantasy apps. I don't need them. I don't need to check if my depth chart's set while I'm waiting in line at the grocery store. I don't. I can set those Wednesday night at home before I go to bed even. So I don't. We're too reliant on these things, and we've turned the convenience of them into them being a necessity. And maybe they are in some aspects, but just because that's true don't mean everything you can do on it is a necessity. So put it down, go talk to your people, go talk to the people you love, share some thoughts, engage with one another, really learn. Even if you do, if you and your spouse, y'all decide, all right, look, 30 minutes every evening we put our phones on the counter, a certain time we put them up for the night. It's like that's okay, that's great, you should do that. Yeah, I was talking to my dad a while back, and he was tore up about stuff with politics online, and he was just, I wish it was back in the 80s how it was then. Times were just awesome. And it's like, told him, I said, well, Dad, I mean, you kind of can make it that way. Like the dirt don't know is no longer the 80s. The only thing that's changed is you being on that phone all the time doom scrolling politics. So put it down, and it kind of feel like the 80s again, man. Like, I got my carport, put a dartboard up, and it's cool looking, a nice little chill pad. Nothing out there but a dartboard and a speaker and a place to sit. But it's like, man, you get out there, you just got the tunes rolling, no one's engaged with their phone. It don't feel no different than the 80s. I wasn't around back then, but I imagine it don't feel no different. So that's but I've seen people even agree with me. They're like, "Yeah, man, you're awesome," or they'll either the two things I see. They'll either agree with me but not want to talk about them making any changes, which is fine. I'm not trying to force anyone to, but it's like, don't agree with me. If you don't agree with me, just tell me. This is a discussion. That's what we do. You tell me, well, no, man, I think you're wrong about this. I can grow from what you have to say. This ain't a one-way street, but nobody wants to talk about it. They just want to agree and move on. And, or the other people, and this is probably the larger group I see, is they lie and tell them, yeah, I ain't on none of that stuff no more. They're like, oh, me either. I'll go all day without looking at my Facebook. And it's like, well, really? When I'm with you, you're spending all day looking at your Facebook. But it's like, dude, there's nothing wrong with it. If you are, you are. But when we discuss these things, why can't you tell me what I'm missing out on? Why can't you disagree with me? I'm not creating this for anyone to agree with me. Not one bit. If I'm wrong, you think I'm wrong, just tell me. Leave a comment. I don't have to be right. I just want to help. I feel like we're getting so far away from being humans. We have our identity has become these face bubbles on these social media platforms. No, not me, not I. It was weird for me though, kind of finding that at a young age. I became a father very young. She was born when I was 17, and her mother and I split up. When she was a year and a half, somewhere in there. And so for me, I hit a weird spot to where it was like I spent too much time on those because, well, I'm still very young. I'm wanting to use Tinder. I'm wanting to talk to girls I used to know from high school on Facebook. I'm wanting to do those things, but it became where that was what I was wanting to do too much. And get the girl down, get her out for the night. Oh, now it's dad's time. Yep, scroll, 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 scroll. What for, man? What for? There's a girl you like. Talk to her in person. You ain't got to message her. You ain't got to like a photo first. And that was something I did. But now as I've gotten older, it's hit me a little different to where it's like, man, I used to felt like I had to have that sense of connection. Well, I can't get off Facebook. My cousin, blah 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 blah. I'm connected with him. I'm connected with my uncle, my aunt, grandparents, even. But how connected was I really? Because I felt like, if I seen your long post about something important that happened in your life, I felt like, done. I don't need to call them. I don't need to text them. I am caught up with how their life is. No, 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 no. That ain't the way to do it. So I got up off of there. You know, it's the people that I want to reach out to me have my number and know how to reach out to me. Um, People I never spoke to, I didn't give them my number before I deleted all that jazz. Why? We never spoke, and that's fine. It don't mean I hate you or you hate me. We're just not close. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't be close with everybody. Um, and that's all I want to do is I want to discuss these kind of things and see maybe if we can help the world become a better place. Maybe even stop some of this political divide that makes you think the world's ended. It's like, man, it's not that bad. If you get on X and read anything political, World War III is not too far away. But I go out to my back porch, there's birds chirping, and the sun is out. It's like, yeah, World War III may happen, but I can't prevent that from happening by being on Twitter. So I just had to leave that stuff. And I'm very passionate about helping people out with their relationships. Throughout the years, I've put up with more than I should have in a relationship, couple of them even. And now looking at it, it's like, why? You don't have to. You're not obligated to at all. So, I also want to help out any of the young dudes out there that are going through it in their relationships or any, young fathers. Yeah, hit me up. Maybe there's something I did that I could give you a pointer on that worked for me, or something I did that didn't work for me I can prevent you from doing. So hit me up. That's what I want this to be, a channel about helping each other grow. I don't have all the answers. I got some ideas, and that's all I can do is share those. They might be wrong. If so, just tell me. Let's talk and help each other grow. The last thing, I'm also going to be doing probably a Music Monday. I ain't 100% sure on what date yet, but definitely going to have music involved. Probably the thing I'm most passionate about in this life. So that will be a big part of this channel as well. Uh, and I appreciate y'all for letting me take your time today. I hope y'all give me a subscribe, give this video a like. I really want to make this channel big. I feel like we can help make a difference in some people's life. So again, thank you for your time. The name's Adam Ash, and I'll be seeing you here soon.